and welcome to my Xbox and Me episode. Oh god, I have no idea. 539. I am one of your hosts. Jeez, we're close to 550. I am one of your hosts, MC Pixar, alongside the returning one and only. It is Mr. Matt P. Video. Hello, everybody. Matt, now admit to the audience that you did not know we were recording today. Because I'm going to keep calling you out. This guy was in my chat today. Telling me, yeah, let's go play Art Raiders together tonight, dude. I'm like, he doesn't know we're recording the podcast, does he?
Not a clue.
Jeez Louise. And of course, return of the curly haired freak himself. It is Too Fresh Crash.
Whoa. Unnecessary. Just mean.
What is this energy today, Fix?
Man, I'm just in a good mood, man. I can't lie, I'm in a good mood. Like, today's been a good day for me. Like, generally, I'm just happy, you know?
Do you call me a freak because you're happy?
It's banter, mate.
Okay.
Remember, Crash, this morning when we played Arc Raiders together? I've got stories for everyone today. Remember this morning when we played Arc Raiders together and the chat was really happy to see you? And then I literally described moment for moment how you were in my game?
Yeah.
I've been on fire today, Crash. I've been on fire.
Yeah, you know what? You have been.
Thank you. And of course, the man on the ones and twos. They call him DD. It is Mr. D-Spawn. How are you, mate?
I'm good. Do they call me Mr. DD?
You missed this one. Nope. You messed this one up. Let's redo it. You know what you have to call him. Let's go back to the top. You feeling good today, Fix? Come on. I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1.
It's the man on the ones and twos. It's Mr. Paul D-Spawn.
Hello, everyone. It's Daddy D-Spawn once again.
I'm not calling you Daddy. It's not happening.
Good branding. It's good branding.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. I'm going to brand everything.
So I'm the outlier here. We're all good with calling him Daddy.
100%. Daddy D-Spawn.
For sure. When I talk about D-Spawn to other people, I say, Daddy. I refer to him only as Daddy, not even D-Spawn.
I don't know.
No other
much.
identifiers.
I'm going to bite my pride today.
Okay. Oh,
count me in, Crash. I fight against you guys regularly. And I've decided...
No more?
No more.
We run the show?
Count me in.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
And it's the man on the ones and twos. It's D-Spawn. Anyway, this is my Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, right here on youtube.com/my Xbox and Me and all podcast services. If you want to support us financially, patreon.com/MCFixer. If you would like to support the podcast, go drop us a review, please. I don't know if we've got any. We'll find out at the end of the show if we've got new reviews, but go drop us one, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and of course, follow us on our social platforms, including Twitch. Shout out to our Patreon producers, Steve, Sam and Erengard, absolute legends. Topic of the show this week, lads. Arc Raiders is mother trucking here. And what a goddamn game it is. Arc Raiders review. I don't know if I'm calling it review in progress. I might just go review for the clickbait. This one, we'll start with you. And let's do our usual. How many hours? How you feeling top level?
I want to say I'm coming in at around 10 to 15 hours now. Not that much. I say that as it's been out like less than a week. But so I want to go back to how I feel about it by saying when Arc Raiders came out and we saw the trailers and things like that, and we saw some of the pre-release gameplay, I was like, is this going to be the extraction shooter that gets me hyped, gets me hooked, gets me like... Is this going to be the one? I can say with all confidence, ladies and gentlemen, that this might actually be the one.
Might. That was so definitive and so great. Such a great lead in to then go, I can say this might be okay as a functioning video game. Like,
I don't think I said it would be okay as a functioning. I think like this might actually be the one for me.
I'm with Matt. This there was just a complete you're going straight in and it just right turn
back at the end. Yeah. Okay. This is like of all the extraction shooters I've tried to dip my toes in, this is the one that I feel like I'm going to be spending all of my time with. The loop is fantastic. The moment-to-moment gameplay is brilliant. Sound design, art, like all of it is just top tier. I think the accessibility for new players in this genre is brilliant as well. I feel like every run is whether you escape or fail I still feel like I'm doing something and I'm still progressing. And I think the way that they've kind of like built it with the PvE versus PvP elements all together works really well. So yeah, I'm really enjoying my time with it. Yeah, brilliant game. Brilliant.
Crash, we played 4 or 5 hours this morning together. How you feeling about the game?
I'm liking it a lot. I think I'm like 8-ish or 9-ish hours. All of that time is with you, so I have a fraction of whatever you have. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I've been hearing about arc raiders for so long. And part of like my first hesitation to get into it was the Escape from Tarkov, which I'm sure we'll talk about, like that compared to everything and more about the game after. But I was kind of surprised when I jumped into it how much I liked it visually, like aesthetically, like the scenes are just absolutely gorgeous on all the maps. I think thematically, the robots and like sort of weaving between trees and getting cover to avoid robots, especially while you're trying to sneak up on somebody and all that stuff, it just works really well. That when you get to the extraction part, I one thing is like I don't know if I necessarily find the looting system like actually finding new loot super exciting. I think it can be a very dull experience sometimes.
You're not there yet.
I'm not there. I was gonna say I'm not there yet, but so far, but the rest of the game has carried me to the point where I'm like, I really, really enjoy it. I could see myself like if Fix hits me up like, hey, let's do some arc raiders, and I'm free. I'm like, absolutely, I jump on.
Oh, I'll see you after the podcast then, my friend. Yeah, Matt, where are you at with it? How many hours? What are we looking at here?
20 minutes. Literally done the tutorial mission and done one jump in. Yeah, I think like I'm not been a big extraction shooter guy, and so I think like a lot of the like language around these kind of games that people would understand, I'm not there. Like I don't, like I'm kind of fumbling around in the dark, which I guess is what it's going for a little bit. Like I get that there is obviously a learning curve to any new genre that you're jumping into. That's fine, but yeah, like I get what Crash is saying. Like, I love it aesthetically, and the robots are cool, and there's cool things happening. I just don't really get what I'm doing yet. But I'm so early on.
20 minutes.
To be expected. Yeah, totally to be expected.
I'm literally 17 hours. One second, let me check. 17 hours to be exact in 2 days. I think it's my favorite multiplayer game this year. Ooh. And it's not even close, if I'm being totally honest with you. Three players co-op feels vastly different to playing with 2 players co-op versus playing solo. They feel like vastly different experiences, which is huge. It is the most user interface friendly extraction shooter I've ever played. I've played a few hours of Tarkov. I've played a tiny bit of Hunt Showdown. Like I've played enough of these type of games, and for people just on a baseline of like, what is Arc Raiders? To me, it is a mixture between the Division's Dark Zone, Hunt Showdown's PvPvE, and Tarkov. It is those 3 games meshed together into what Arc Raiders is. I love it. Like generally, I've not had this much fun with a game in so long. Matt, you're so early on. I think you're gonna get it so quickly, and either the loop is going to grab you, and you're gonna go, "I love this," or it won't be for you, and it will be as simple as that.
Yeah, I guess like I'm like I'm not worried about it, like not fully understanding what I'm going after or like what's valuable in comparison to something else and why I should be going here or whatever. I'm not worried about any of that. I think for me it will depend a little bit on the ability to play it solo versus with a squad.
It is vastly a better experience solo.
Really?
Agreed.
By a mile. A country mile.
I think this game is very interesting in the sense that I feel like a lot of multiplayer games, and I'm not talking extraction shooters because I don't many of them, a lot of times if there is a solo option or a group option, the group option is always the best option. For this one, I feel like you just have to approach the game differently. You play with less people.
Yeah,
it doesn't really, you don't get punished for having less people.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I would say I would agree with the fact that one mode is better than the other. I feel like that they play so differently in the styles that you would like go into them with. Like solo play feels very much like sneak around everything. I like listen for every tiny sound.
I'm the opposite.
So the way I do it is I'm very like stealthy with solo, and then when it comes to like squad base, I'm like, let's just run into this area. Someone's died in this area. Let's go run over and see what killed them. See if it's another team. Let's see if we can take that team out. Whereas in the solo play, I'm very much like I'm going to sneak into every area. If I hear the sound of someone rummaging around, I'll call out and like, let's be friends. Let's be friendly. Let's not shoot each other. Whereas on the flip side of that, if it's squad base, I'm like, all right, if we come across a team and we catch them slipping, they're dead. They're done. Like, there's no like friendly mode.
Crash. Pretty much usually us dying though, isn't it? Because of despawn?
It's a lot of us dying. I'm not gonna point. No, yes, yes. I mean, I'm not pointing fingers. I mean, I'm not pointing fingers.
So I'm going to be playing a lot more solo because fuck these guys. Or I'll just be finding a new squad. Matt, if you've got a third that you want to bring in, we'll do this.
Despawn. It's not on you. It's me and Fix played games, multiplayer games so long that we are just on a similar page that we don't have to communicate as much, to where you do stuff and me and Fix's mind won't even be on that angle of.
We're not in the same
approach.
way, bro.
Yeah.
It's just in American. We're in America thinking. You're you're literally in Afghanistan. Like, bro, your brain is just. I'm just picking a country at random there. Calm down. Your brain is just somewhere else compared to ours. Like, generally.
And that's
not
fine.
a bad thing.
Matt.
Well, it is a bad thing when, as soon as we die, that all that Fix does is berate you for 5 minutes.
No, bullshit. That's bullshit. That was one time, and Matt, hear me out, yeah? We're on the door. We're on the door, yeah? We're on the door. We're on the door. Doors open. 3 of us alive. Pap, 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 pap. One crash goes down. No problem. Not an issue. The crash goes down. Not an issue. We shut the door. Crash calls to a corner. I'm picking Crash up. What should Despawn been doing? Right now.
Watch the door.
That's a normal thing to think, correct?
Or the alternative is, there's an alternative door around the other side. Do you wrap around and take them from behind?
I don't know that. I'm still learning the map.
Well, I do, so that's why I went for it.
But you didn't communicate that to me.
It's in the moment. Who cares? It's still a great game. Still a great game.
Oh, the game's ridiculous. I think it has that hook of, obviously, make sure you've got if you've not started it or you're planning on getting it, make sure you have mic activated, because it is a fun experience of the stress of not shooting other people because they're screaming, I'm friendly, which Despawn loves to do, but Despawn hasn't communicated with us that we're friendly. So we go in with the mindset of we're getting ready to shoot these guys, and then Despawn, before he shoots someone, is screaming, friendly. Tell me I'm wrong, Despawn. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, because, I like to play friendly, and then you guys don't, and that's fine.
Not in squads. Not in squad.
And this is why I'm looking for a new squad. Anybody out there who wants a new squad, I'm down to play. Let me know. Just add me. Hold Despawn everywhere. Just add me up. Focus. Screw these guys. Matt, you want some more experience? We can run back. It's fine.
We have an open slot. Matt.
I did. So in my first game, I was like sprinting back to the lift, getting shot at by a million drones. And then a rando was at the lift, like covering me as I was running in.
Yep.
And it was really good. And we didn't communicate at all, but it was great. A lovely little bit of friendship in the solo game.
It has a really interesting. Part of me wants to say mechanic, but it's not a mechanic, because it's just the way players are with the game. Mindset. Of like this wholesomeness or like this aggression. And it can, when it's wholesome, it's really fucking wholesome. Like me and Fix stopped. We had a quest to do. Fix stopped the guy and asked him like, hey, do you know about like the supply drops? Where do we get them? And then he didn't give us like the simple answer of like, you have to look for this, or like you do it here. He gave us like a big rundown of exactly how it gets done. And it was just like something that I'm like, I don't think I could have played any other game and really gotten that sort of experience in a game like this, or I would have thought that you'd get that experience. And that was just something that was really surprising.
Yeah. I think we always assume gamers are the worst human beings on earth.
Usually they are.
No, but like generally we do, like from a game perspective, right? Like it's such a PvP if there's an option for PvP, you would assume that most people are gonna just shoot you straight away. And this game is probably 50-50 on whether someone's gonna shoot you or not.
Here's what I will say is the big tell will be give it like a month.
Of course.
And then that'll be like where the game really lands. Because I feel like this talk happened with like Dune as well, but I know Dune got pretty like toxic multiplayer wise as well. The deeper you got into like the longevity of that game.
It's a crash. I literally found a piece of loot, a level 3 piece of loot, two of them. I had 2 blueprints, and me and Minnie were playing today. And literally, I'm screaming at Minnie, like, we have to leave now! Like, it's like, and he's like, no, man, we gotta get set. I'm like, Minnie, we're leaving! Once you've got a piece of loot that you're scared to lose, the game's gonna turn on its head. The game's gonna turn on its head, let me tell you.
That's when it becomes a stealth endeavor. It's like, I've got to get out of this place without being seen by anything or anyone. I think what helps with this game in that whole mindset of like, not everyone wants to kill everyone, is that the PvE element of it can ramp up so fast that you kind of need to rely on other people running around the map to kind of survive some areas. Like there's so many times when we've come into an area on like the lift to get out and someone's called it in, but there's a giant robot running around it and chasing people. It's like, all right, we need to work together to survive this thing, get each other up, take it out, and get in the lift before we all die. And I think it's those kind of like elements that make it like something unique, and I love it.
Yeah, surviving even like the baseline enemies can get like really difficult if you get overwhelmed. Like, what's the one that calls in the other?
So the snitch calls in wasps, which is the one that just carries like a little mini machine gun underneath it.
But it's like Thrail calling like 3 of them, and me and that happened to me and Fix where we couldn't kill the snitch fast enough, and 3 of them came in and we just got wiped. So it's like there's always like this threat of like losing, even if you win the battle against someone else, that it's like you question it. Do I want to waste my resources here?
I have a question.
Yes.
I think like one of the things, like Helldivers, I think is a good example of a game. I know that didn't have PvP, but like it rallied its community around this like central thing where it's like it's us against the bugs or the robots or whatever. And I feel like Arc Raiders has a little bit of that. Like, you know, with the robots, right? Like it's like us against them. But is there some sort of like communal thing that we're working to? Like, or is your base totally separate to my base?
Totally separate.
All separate.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Because I think that will, like what Crash was saying, where will it be in a month? Will it be toxic in a month? You know, you won't have these stories of these like solo people helping each other or teams helping each other or whatever. I think it will go down that route. I think if you had this like overarching thing you were all working towards and chipping away at, there'd be more of an incentive to team up and help each other on quests and do things when you're out in the wild.
Which, to be fair, I feel like the way the game is set up, there's still an avenue to like sort of for them to find their own way to add something like that where it is like community driven. I think having new content as well to keep players around will keep the more positive players too. Me and Fix talked about this a little bit when we were playing earlier, that new content is going to be important for the game to get people to come back. Just for like a game like this to survive, but I also think on this topic to have the more positive and more the more I'm freezing on words right now.
I've been there.
Just to jump into that, I will say, like one of the things that they are bringing in is so once you hit like I think level 15 and level 20, there are 2 not modes but like elements in the game that are added. So at level 15 you get trials, which is basically kill so many of this, export with so many of that kind of thing, and you build up. It's like a rank system for just general play, and it leads towards getting like different like cosmetics and things like that as you build up your rank each season. And then on the flip side of that, you've got the I think it's called expeditions, which is their version of prestiging. So the way that they do it is once you hit level 20, you then have to get enough resources to build a caravan to then send your current player out to the end, and once you've done that, that basically prestiges them. So again, it's that whole thing of like, it gives you another goal of saying like, you need to get a certain amount of things, so you need to do a certain amount of runs, and you have to rely on other people maybe to do that. Who knows? But I can see them doing things like that with those kind of things of like adding in like community goals, maybe of like saying, as a community, kill so many wasps or so many hornets, or take out so many bastions. God, those bastions are terrifying.
Oh mate, we've died. So me and Chris terrified. We got terrified by one.
Question for Fix. You're the deepest into it of all of us.
Sure.
Like, what is it for you about it that sets it apart? Like on the surface, you know, kind of post-apocalyptic generic-y raiders fighting generic-y robots. Like I think from the outside looking in, if you knew nothing about it and were glancing at it, you wouldn't think it's anything particularly revolutionary. So like, what is it that's for you is like making it stick with you, and you're really excited about it over any other extraction shooter or any other game that could take your fancy right now?
If there's one thing you know about me, Matt, is that I'm a dum-dum. I am. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, generally I am. I'm a dum-dum. Like, I'm very good at what I do, thankfully, but I'm a dum-dum. And I think what this game does is it strips away all of the meticulous annoyance about some of these looter shooters. Maybe meticulous not the right word. But some of the annoying mechanics in like a Tarkov and things of that nature, right? Like, to put on a suppressor, you can go over the gun. There's a suppressor. But the menu system works. Its world is simple to understand. These are the bad guys. These are the good guys. There's some other players out there that you might like, you might not like. Either you fight them or you're done. Like, everything is super easy to understand. And I think that's the appeal of it to me. Like, Tarkov to me should be a game that I love. But the issue with Tarkov is you need to have another separate monitor with a map on it. And you've got this key that you've got to figure out what this key does. And it does this and then this and this. And it's so too much for my simple brain. It's just too much. Where this, you've got your key, and it tells you what map the key you need to go on to, tells you what it's for, and then it's your brain going, oh, we did go past that door and it was over here. So it's like, okay, on my next run, I'll take the dam key because I remember that the dam is over here. Now, I had that in Tarkov, but the problem with Tarkov is it just feels like it's too much. Because if I remember right, and again, I could be talking out my arse, but when I play, Tarkov's one large map. This isn't. This is a bunch of different maps which you unlock by doing more and more and more raids. 4 at the moment. I think there's another one coming in December.
Yeah, end of season 1, there's another one coming.
No, it's the end of November. End of November, there's a new one coming called Stellar something, and then there's one in December, which is a snow one. But I'll go through the roadmap in a little bit. But to answer your question, Map, it's the ease of it all.
Yeah.
There's something soothing about the world as well. It looks way better than I was expecting, if I'm being honest. You got to remember, I didn't play the beta, didn't play the alpha. I haven't played it. This is literally the last 2 days has just been the experience that I've had on stream. Again, it's one of those games that it helps. Number one, stream really likes it because it has that level of jeopardy to it from a viewer experience of like, you go out. Right now, I go out, I pick up a bunch of random crap, and I might extract it, I might not. I've literally 17 hours deep, right? And I've now gotten to a place where, and these one knows, I've just upgraded my second gun bench. So now it's like, to upgrade it again, I have to go and kill bastions. And it's like, I am not ready for that. So the game now is pretty much me getting ready to then know I have to go and take out bastions, which there's a certain weapon, I believe. I think I might have a couple of them. I can't remember exactly what they're called. Like a certain grenade that you have to use, and like all these little things that you're learning as you're playing the game. And I think that's the fun of it for me, is learning the entire time. Every single run is I've learned something, whether it's how to push other players. I learned, like, when I play games, I'm very much like, I've got terrible eyes sometimes. So shooting people from a distance, I don't usually do. This game, you need to shoot people from a distance because you take down shields really fast. So my idea is now like, okay, so I'm going to use my sniper, hit him once and take down the shield. We're currently all using either light or medium shields, let's be honest. then I'm gonna rush him crazy and then use whatever other gun I've got on me. But that took me 15 hours to figure out, like, oh, I'm playing this wrong. Like, I'm trying to pepper him with this gun. I shouldn't. We should be trying to take out the shield, then push in. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm confident in it. I don't know, Matt. I love it. I don't know if that answers your question. It doesn't do anything different on paper. It's another extraction shooter, but it simplifies all the games that I love, which I mentioned. Division, I love the Dark Zone. Hunt Showdown, I love the idea of the PvE. And then Tarkov, I loved what it was in terms of its extraction. And it does all that and simplifies it. So short answer, I'm sorry. I went on.
No. I think like the only thing I would say then is I think, and I get that Tarkov maybe goes too far, right? But that level of complexity in Tarkov equals longevity, right? Like people can put 200, 300. I know somebody who's put 1,000 hours into Tarkov and is obsessed with it and will keep going back to it. And I wonder if Arc Raiders has that. Like you say, what new content they're going to add, we have no idea. Like, but will you eventually? Oh, sorry, there is a roadmap or whatever. But will there be? Sorry, will there be? Enough complexity to actually keep you coming back after you've sunk 60 hours into it or 100 hours into it?
I mean, just to interject, I think so. I think the way that they've built it out in so much as like everything has an upgrade system and then everything has a tier to that. And like you got tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, whatever it is. They've got the framework to keep building on that. When it does get to a point where maybe people start feeling like it's losing its muster, should we say? It's not really got that fire behind it, then they can introduce something new in that framework that will get people hyped. But I still think right now there is a lot in there that's going to give people hundreds of hours of playtime. Because like we say, we've got 4 maps now. There's a training ground as well on top of that. Each run feels different. I think each level, like each map feels varied enough that like you can get a load out of each single one. Like all I've been really playing at the moment is the first map, the Dam. I think I've done a couple of runs on the Buried City, but it's mainly been that first one. So even now sitting at like 15 hours, I feel like I've still got like a good 100 hours of game time in my future with this game.
Also, like that level of complexity from Tarkov is a double-edged sword.
100%.
It is a limiting factor as well. Like I think the best comparison for like the difference between these two games kind of goes into VRs if you're looking at PUBG versus Fortnite, right? I don't think the difference is quite as extreme as those two, but it is like Fortnite's incredibly approachable, whereas with PUBG you need to know the gun, the types of ammo, the attachments, and all that stuff is incredibly relevant, where Fortnite just dumbed a lot of that down and did it well. Sure. And I think if you're looking at Tarkov, Arc Raider probably dumbs that down in a better way, where there's still layers of complexity. It's just not as daunting to the player. So I from what I've seen so far, I would line up with Despawn, where it's like 9 hours in, however long I'm in. I feel like I've barely scratched the surface. And I feel like if you get somebody to commit 100 hours into the game, the next time you have a big update, they're probably going to jump back and enjoy it that much.
Speaking of updates, no Despawn, do you want me to not? Speaking of updates, the roadmap looks like this right now. First lot is ongoing new map conditions, new features and trials, new cosmetics, quality of life updates, and more. That's what we're getting right now. In November, which is now as well, which is interesting. I guess this was announced beforehand. We got the new map that will be coming, community unlock event, new arcs that are coming, new gameplay items, and new quests. Which is the Northern Line update. Then after that in December, which is going to be the Cold Snap, which is going to have the Snowfall map condition, Flicker and Flames event, Expedition Departure window, new Raider deck, and new quests. So that's what they've announced already. And the game's been out less than a week.
Love it.
You're muted, Despawn.
I am. There we go. Yeah, one of the things we talked about there that they've announced here is the community event. Like seeing the community come together to unlock things. Sounds like that's the kind of thing like you were talking about that Helldivers do on like with their major orders and things. If we see a lot more of those, that could be cool to keep people coming back. Especially like
I'd love
because with the cosmetic side of it all as well is really good. I personally think.
right now with the Queen, like right now the Queen's the big scary thing, right? Everyone keeps the game tells you like, don't touch that Queen unless you've got your best loader and you've got people. Imagine a very easy community event would be a bigger version of that Queen, and like it drops into the world, and it's like it's very much pushing you towards go and take out this Queen together. Like, you know, like the Queen's going to be there for 5 minutes. Can you alter everybody in this server for the next 30 minutes? Can you take it out? And if that happens randomly, you have enough of those type of events. It keeps the game fresh. Because then not only that, you have those people that will go off and do the event. Then you've got the newer players that won't want to go near that because they're going to want to keep going to get the gear. Then you're going to have the other players who are doing a bit of both. They're like, oh, we can take advantage of all these other people getting gear right now. And then once we've killed them, we can go and get some gear off of these people here. I think as long as they can deliver on what it seems like they're promising, because obviously everything they're saying here is very vague, I think they're onto it here. They're onto it here anyway, but they're onto a really special game. Time-wise, yeah, I don't see why we can't get 100 hours in this game. And then, and let's be honest, Matt, 100 hours in the game and then stopping until the next big update.
Oh,
yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, totally fine.
Yeah. Anything else I want to add? Okay, before we move on at all?
No, I think we've covered pretty much everything. I'm hyped to play more of it.
Okay. So, okay, I'll ask this last question. Would you recommend people buy this?
Yes.
Matt?
I'm too early in. I wouldn't know.
Perfect. Good answer, Matt. Sure. Good answer. Crash?
Yeah, I think so.
And yeah, it's going to be up there in my top 5 games of the year. So that's not even close. And we've had a banger of a year as well, by the way, which is crazy. Yeah. Before we move into what's been in our box, I want to talk a little bit about the ROG Ally Xbox handheld. Xbox UK sent me one out. I spoke about it. We went to an event. I went to an event last week before, 2 weeks ago, I believe, and got to try them out. I messaged Xbox and be like, yo, I'd love to get my hands on one of these and check it out. I've got one. I've been playing with it now. I've probably used it for about 2 hours. Would probably be a fair amount so far. I've been using it just before bed, in bed while gaming, which is honestly, I don't want to nerd that too much, but like it feels like that one of those moments. You know when you've been waiting for this moment for such a long time to have a handheld Xbox? I know technically it's not a handheld Xbox, and it really isn't. I just want to say it really isn't. It's a portable PC that is probably the best on the market from what I've experienced. Matt, don't buy a Steam Deck, brother. Please. Whatever you do, do not buy a Steam Deck.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta get my hands on it now. I've gotta like try it. I've never played a Steam Deck either, I should say. I've never been hands-on with a Steam Deck.
It's not even close. Like
in terms of what?
In terms of number one, it's ease of use. Like in terms of being able to use it for everything. Like being able to use your Ubisoft launcher, your Steam launcher, your Xbox launcher / Game Pass. I'm even Matt. I'm even using cloud gaming.
Oh my god, what you play on cloud gaming?
I play Bull Pit. I played Bull Pit on it, and then I liked. I was like, let me try this because I don't think I'm gonna care for it. This seems like one of those games that Despawn's gonna sell to the world, and then I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, who cares? And I played it, I did a run, and I was like, yep, download. And then downloaded it instantly, but it played flawless on cloud. Flawless. I don't want to...
It's a great
I've shat on cloud gaming long enough. I might have to admit that I'm wrong. I don't think it's getting there. I think it's there, because I'm playing... What I will say is, I'm playing in my bedroom, next to my office, that has its own Wi-Fi box.
That'd be one, yeah. I was gonna say,
so it's not the downstairs Wi-Fi or anything. I'm having a flawless experience so far.
Yeah, I'm like you if I'm downstairs, like in the same room as the router. But if I'm upstairs, in the bedroom at night, it can be a bit choppy. Like you can see it drop into like 540p or whatever, like where it's not quite catching up and it stutters a little bit. But like when you've got a good connection, it is flawless. But I will also say I'm using a third-party app to run it on my Steam Deck, so it's not exactly like the prime experience.
These when you want one of these, just so you're aware.
I do. You're right. I do. I know.
Yeah, just so you're aware. Like it's not the only. If it had an OLED screen, then
It's so much
probably
money,
it
man.
pushes you.
I don't know.
But it's probably the best hybrid console ever. Like, bro, I literally logged into it and I look and then all of my games are there. And I'm just like, oh, I forgot that I have all of these games and all my Xbox games are just there. It's the device to bring me, like, you know, when like, I sit here and bitch and moan about Xbox every day of the week, right? Like, and twice on a Tuesday. Like, it's only when you actually get to experience what their vision is that you then go, oh, I see what you're doing. I still don't love it because I'm an old grumpy man that likes exclusives and like the way things were and yada, yada, yada. But being able to go from playing, you know, whatever on Xbox, swiping up and switching over to Steam and loading the game on there and go, no, I'm all good, swiping up and going over to Ubisoft Connect, and it all just works. Like, it's not like taking 10 hours to load. It's not stuttering. It's not like I've got to go into the Windows menu where I've had to backload it through my Steam Deck and do it. No, it's just there. It feels so familiar as an Xbox device. And honestly, yeah, it's a very remarkable piece of machinery that anybody who can afford it, that you play games enough that you think you'll get use out of it, I highly suggest you use it. I would suggest the X version, just because I don't have the X version, I've got the standard, but just because I can't not have the most powerful thing. Like, if it wasn't gifted to me, I would have bought the X version. If I ever bought one, I would have bought the X version, just because I don't like knowing there's a more powerful device out there. But
the version that you have actually isn't as expensive as I thought it was. I thought
don't buy that one though. You don't want that one.
But that's more comparable to the Steam Deck.
It's still better than the Steam Deck.
But here's what I'm thinking, right? What am I going to play on it? I'm not going to play Arc Raiders on it.
You're not going to play what?
Play Arc Raiders on it.
Why?
I'm not going to play like a twitchy shooter on a handheld, I don't think.
Why?
You should play Battlefield on it?
Not.
But
no.
Why?
Because I'm going to play that on my big TV and my thing. I don't know.
But why?
Well, I think the sorts of things I'm going to play on it are Ball X Pit, Baby Steps, you know, little indie games that I'm out and about with that I can drop 20 minutes into and then duck out, and I'm going to be online for, and all these things. Like I bought Ball X Pit on my Switch. We got sent codes for, I think, PC. But I was like, nah. I'm going to bust out the Switch. I'm going to dust off the old Switch for this bad boy. And I can take it on the train. I can do this. I can do that. You know, like my most played game last year, no doubt, Balatro, on my phone. Like when I'm on the train, I'm traveling, going to London, I'm going wherever I'm going. That's what I want it for.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm going to play the next Naughty Dog game on it. Or the next...
But you definitely won't. But yeah.
But it depends. I think you're looking at it wrong. I think it depends on how... I love it as a secondary device, right? Like, I'm playing Yakuza Dragon, what's it called? The Pirate Yakuza, thank you. I haven't finished that, so I've downloaded that to play, right? Which I'm not going to do my main missions on there, because I'm going to want to do that either downstairs on the big screen, or I'm going to do it on my computer. But I've got a bunch of side quests and a bunch of like side activities that I want to do that is like, this is perfect for that. And I feel like that's the same across so many games, right? Like you might be in a game like, let's say Ghost of Yotai, right? And when that eventually comes to PC, which it will, let's say hypothetically you haven't played it, you're playing it for the first time on PC. It's like, oh, I don't want to do the big story beat moments on there, but tell you what, the missus has got on Desperate Housewives. I don't really care, but I still want to be close. Let me just lay on the sofa and do my collectibles. Like, it is perfect. I'm not saying that's the only reason why you buy this machine, by the way. I'm just saying it's one of the use cases for why I would use it.
But that's kind of why I'm more leaning towards the cheaper version.
Yeah, but the way I look at it, right, is games are only going to get more powerful. Why buy something that's... I'm not saying it's underpowered, because it definitely isn't. It's got it's great tech in it, and it works great. But when there's something more powerful out there, just buy the more powerful one.
Future-proof.
You
Well, I
have
can
like
think of 383 reasons to not do that. Which is how
Sure,
383
I
That's a
hear
lot
it.
of
I hear
reasons.
it. I hear
Reasons.
it. I
That's a
do
lot of
hear
reasons.
it. I can hear 383 reasons why you should do it as well.
No, you gave one reason, my guy. You gave one reason.
We need 382 more reasons. Go.
I'm under the cosh right now. No, I just think from a graphical fidelity point of view, I get what you're saying, Matt. Like, I don't think you. I think you think it's going to be your indie device until you actually play it and see how pretty things run on this and how well things run on there and things like that, and then you'll go, oh, I can actually knock out a couple of hours of this on the train.
Fable. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Western RPGs. Like Outworld
Yeah,
2
but you're
is one
forgetting
that
about the
jumps
games
to
we
me.
don't know about. Sorry, Padispo, I'm sorry.
No, I'm going to
sorry.
say, like, you brought up a prime example with games like Fable, of like Fable would be a great game to just play on the train because it's not a twitch shooter, it's just like a hack and slash RPG. Like, I'm thinking Outer Worlds 2, like, you know, granted it can be a shooter, but it's like, you could just dive into one of those kind of games on a smaller device without too much. Like, I want to play Outer Worlds 1 right now, but I can't
Here's
do it
where
on
I'm
cloud
at,
because
like-
cloud isn't quite good enough, and I can't get it on Steam Deck.
Anything I want to really be immersed in, I'm not jumping into for 20 minutes. Outer Worlds 2, I'm not jumping into that for 20 minutes. Ever. Probably ever. You know, Fallout or Fable or insert next. Even State of Decay, maybe. I mean, for that, maybe you could go, well, I can just go
But you
do a
would.
run.
Exactly.
Just go do a quick run or whatever. But most games aren't that, right? Fable is not going to be that. I just
I'm
don't see
downloading the
myself-
upgraders on mine. Like, I'm literally downloading the upgrade because why wouldn't I? I go in with a free loadout, and if I want to keep playing, I go in with a free loadout, which is like, it doesn't cost me anything. And what do I lose? I go in, I might extract, I might
Sure,
not.
But then this is my point, right? Like, so my reason for not downloading Arc Raiders on there would be you've got to be online for Arc Raiders, right? You can't play Arc Raiders offline, can you?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can.
Correct.
I don't know.
No,
No, it's always online, yeah.
So I'm not going to play that traveling or whatever. Fine. But my point is, you've got the lower powered one, and you're like, yeah, fuck it, I'll drop Arc Raiders on that, and it won't look as pretty, but I'll get over that.
In Fix's defense, by the time, like you mentioned Fable, by the time Fable comes out, like, you'd expect that the requirements for the Fable will be higher that are out right now, or the future games, whatever, like, the next game is.
If it's running on Xbox Series X, then I'm like, surely, or Xbox Series S for that matter,
But
then surely...
the versions that this thing runs are the PC version, not the versions.
Sorry,
Yeah,
say
that
that again,
comes-
you broke up and I misunderstood you.
The version that this runs aren't the Xbox versions, they're the PC versions of the game.
Got it.
So yeah, so it's not an Xbox device. It's like it's a PC device that just has the Game Pass PC app on there. So it's only running those Game Pass.
How's Baldur's
those
Gate
PC
running for you, Fix?
I
That's what I
haven't
wanna
tried,
know.
but I can try this week. More than happy to let you know.
I'm trying to think, like, what could you do where you'd like Battlefield, Baldur's Gate, something where you're like, oh, this feels like it probably wouldn't be a great experience.
Baldur's Gate would be a
Baldur's
good
Gate is not
test.
a good example.
Actually, no, Baldur's Gate would be a good test because I've tried it on Steam Deck and I've got the Steam Deck OLED.
Oh,
And
it's horrible.
It's not the great. Even with the new version where they've said they've done a Steam Deck verified version now, it's still not brilliant. You still have to mess around with some settings.
test.
So yeah,
Throw
I
it
would
on
test
your-
that.
It's only 120 gig. I'm sure you've got plenty of room on there. Whack it on there for us this weekend and have a go and let us know how Baldur's Gate runs on it.
Yeah, again, I'll be reporting back the next couple of weeks. I would have thought. While I will have a review put together as well on the device. Once I've played more of it. Like I say, I'm only using little experiences at the moment. But yeah, it's like I just want to say, it's a phenomenal device. Really great if you have the means, the money, and again, it is a lot of money. But if you are somebody who plays a lot of games and you play across all the platforms, it's worth having. The last thing I'll say to you, Matt, is: are you going to continue to subscribe to Game Pass?
Well, yes, and this is a major factor.
End of story. Buy it. Don't get a Steam Deck. Like that is the end of the conversation.
If you've got Game Pass and if you're going to keep Game Pass.
If you're going to keep Game Pass,
Yeah.
do not buy a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
That is it. That is it. Just because,
that's it.
like, there's no reason. The Steam Deck, again, I'm only keeping my Steam Deck because Haley has now decided she wants to play Infinitely Nikki on it. like she said to me the other day, she was like, "What are we doing with it?" And I'm like, I was gonna sell it." And she's like, "Yeah, but I want to play Infinity Nikki on it." And I'm like, "Okay, I mean, she gets what she wants. She does the edits, you know. So like, she can have what she wants. But yeah, otherwise, that thing's getting sold instantly, mate. Like it's just not. It's not even close."
Well, when she's done with Infinity Nikki, you give me a call and we'll see where we're at with my shopping.
You know what to do, Matt?
What's that?
Sell your portal.
Yeah.
And then did you find the box?
No, I haven't looked.
Okay, well when you look, you find the box, and if you have the box, you let me know, and then I might buy it from you. And if you don't have the box, don't even ring me. Lose my number, okay? Because I don't want that thing. But yeah. So there you go. There's a thoughts and stuff on the ROG Ally.
It's exciting.
Let's jump into what's been in a box.
I know I keep doing it. I was going to say, just to add to the fact, like you're telling Matt right now, buy one. You can't buy one for Toffee. Like there
can.
Yeah, when it comes back on sale in 6 months' time.
That's not
really.
You can't buy
you
a
were
ROG.
just telling me you can have one, mate.
Maybe the ROG Ally, but not the Ally X.
The normal one, not the Ally X. Yeah.
Yeah, the normal one.
Don't get that one.
Don't get that one.
Don't get the one that's available that you can get. Right now, you should pay the upcharge of what people are selling the X for.
Hear me out. Does that not tell you everything you need to know about the device, though?
No. You saying that does not say anything because you like getting the expensive version fixed.
It just means it was 12 on sale and they've all gone.
Wait. Sorry, can we just
Fix when you got the Stream Deck, you had this conversation.
Wait. I don't like getting the expensive anything.
Yes, you do. It gives you satisfaction. You like getting it.
No, I don't. You're saying it wrong. I like having the most powerful thing that is out there. Yes.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me having. I don't get an enjoyment out of like spending more money, Crash.
But you like getting it, not the spending money, but you like getting the more expensive version. You like having that better version.
I like having.
You know what, Fix? You're exactly like my mom. You're exactly like my mom, Fix.
No,
She's the same way. The new Apple Watches came out. The new phone comes out. She needs the better version.
Really?
Why? Just needs the better version. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
I think I've been on the iPhone 16 for
does your mum have like an Apple Watch Ultra?
Yeah, she got whatever the newest one.
That's crazy.
Shout out to your mum. Send her this clip.
Yeah.
Shout out you. No, I'm being serious. It's not about the money. It's not about, I want the most. Because by that logic, you're like, if they announce a new one next week, then I would go and buy it. Like, no. Like, I don't have that type of money. Yeah. Like, I like to have the most powerful thing to future-proof me for as long as possible. That's why.
I know what you're saying, Fix. You're saying you want the most powerful thing. It's got nothing to do with it being the most expensive thing.
Of course.
Yeah. I didn't say it was the most expensive thing either. That's not what I said.
You said I like to buy the most expensive thing. Like I like.
You like to get the better version, which happens to be more expensive. Sure.
That isn't what you said.
I didn't say you like to get the more expensive version. I didn't say expensive. That is what you said. I did not say expensive. I did not say expensive.
Yes, you did.
I did not say.
You did.
Yes, you did.
Even when I said the more, okay, even if I said expensive, my reasoning wasn't like you like to spend more money. I would have said
that's how it came across.
You're a baller. You're a baller. You got this industry job. You're out here trying to spend all the green you got.
You are a baller.
My money's not green. My money's not green. Okay.
Whatever color of money it is in the UK, blue, pink, whatever. I don't know.
Go on, Matt. What was you gonna say there?
I was just going to say, Cookie Man, run back the tape, figure out what Chris said. Figure out
I probably did say expensive, but I didn't mean, let me clarify, when I said expensive, I didn't mean like you like spending more things. I meant more money. You meant like getting the better version.
Yes, I would never be called dead with an Xbox Series S.
And yet, you've got your ally. You know what I mean?
Number one, hashtag gifted, hashtag ad. All right. No, sure. I didn't pay for it.
But what I'm saying is you said you wouldn't be caught dead. So if you don't want to be caught dead, and you want to give it to me,
you better not let anybody see you with that.
I meant of my own money that hasn't been hashtag gifted, hashtag ad. All right. Can we get on to what we've been playing now? Anyway, Crash, we'll start with you. What have you been playing?
Other than Arc Raiders, I played the Battlefield 6 Gauntlet mode, which we briefly talked about because Matt had some experience. I really like it. To clarify some of Matt's questions from last time on people joining teams. So the way that works is if somebody drops out of your team, like they quit out of the game because they died or whatever, one of the eliminated teams, the better scorers, and then join your team. So it's not like you're constantly shuffling players. It's just to make sure that all the teams always have full play, which I think is like a cool mechanic.
Cool.
I like it.
I really like it. So the way it works is it is 4 rounds. It is 8 teams total. Every round, 2 teams get eliminated until there's 2 in the final round. Each round has different objectives. It uses parts of the Battle Royale map in this mode. But something that I didn't fully realize when I played the Battle Royale map is that you can kind of see afterwards is every Battle Royale section is a fully like functional map, and they really utilize it really well in this mode. I think the gameplay modes are all very fun. We should definitely try it out at some point. I think it is a very good time. 24 hours stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking just 24 hours of Ark, but I get.
We can't 24 hours of Ark. There's 4 of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Guess
Matt's
one
only for
person
an hour.
punches.
No, let's make it very clear. Deesman's gonna have to go deal with a baby. Matt's gonna disappear for probably about 7 hours of the 24 hour.
No. Matt said no. Matt said 3 hours. Matt said he's gone 4 hours.
Don't say what he said. We have to. This would be on record. We're fucked.
No, I'm recording. No,
10 hours and we're fucked.
No. I want it to be known that Matt is going to not be here for 4 hours. The other 20 hours, Matt is going to be there.
That's what you said, right, Matt?
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to be there for as long as I can.
Look
There
at him
are 4
already
hours of
walking
it
it
that I'm
back.
planning
That
on.
is.
Yeah. I mean, he's turned up 2 weeks in a row. It's possible he could turn up for more than 2
He
hours.
weren't turning up today. We dragged him here again. He didn't want drag. He won't going to be here last week either.
I want to be here as much as you want to be here, Fix. And by that, I mean we both want to be playing Ark Raiders.
Damn fucking straight, I do.
He's got a point. He's got a point, kids.
Well, if we get through this quick enough, we can. Deesmal, what else?
Hi.
What have you been playing other than Ark Raiders?
Nothing. Move on quickly.
Okay.
No, literally, I've been playing
Matt,
Ark Raiders. That's it.
Matt, what have you been playing?
The only other thing I've played that I haven't talked about yet is Baby Steps. Baby Steps is the new game from Bennett Foddy of Getting Over It fame that makes the rage bait games, I guess is what you'd call them, right? Streamer rage bait games. This one is a kind of 3D quap, if you remember that back in the day. That was also Bennett Foddy, where you control each leg individually to the most minute detail in order to climb up a mountain. It's genius if you're into those sorts of things, and if you're not, you'll know within the first 20 minutes and you'll want to throw it out a window. It's great. And the game's sense of humor is one of its strongest suits. All of the dialogue is kind of improvised between 2 of the developers, and there's many sort of crazy things happening and cast of characters, and basically the entire game is the game baiting you to jump down the mountain and reset all of your progress in the most brilliant and hilarious ways. It's great.
I've heard that if you skip every single cutscene in this game, that the game gives you a longer cutscene that is more than all the skipped cutscenes together, which I find hysterical.
I didn't hear about that.
Yes, that is true. But that cutscene is kind of like an out of character like podcast. Like they start talking about how they wish Naughty Dog would make another Uncharted game. Like it's like way out of the game's scope. It's just random and bullshit, which kind of is this game to a T. If you're into your comedy games and you've got patience, go for it. It's not that expensive either. And I think there's a free demo on Steam. So if you're a PC gamer, you'll know in bounds of the demo if this game is for you or not, if it sort of hooked you enough or not. So give it a go that way. And enjoy Baby Steps. Would recommend. Thumbs up from me.
Fair enough.
$16.99. Can't see a demo currently.
It must have just been for Next Fest before launch then.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Go watch a YouTube video of your favorite streamer banging their head against the brick wall, and then you'll get an idea of whether or not you're into it.
Maybe Matt will stream it in the 24-hour stream.
That's quite an interesting thought. Fix streaming it while we all coach him or something.
Despawn said
definitely
it.
said Matt
Wait,
streams
hold
it.
up. We literally said your name. Why are you saying
Well,
me?
I can stream it if you want, but is that particularly like? I don't think I could finish it. Maybe I could.
Skill issue.
But then I'd be streaming on my own for a portion of the 24-hour stream. Unless we
do
did
it
it
like
right.
By the
that,
time you did something around here.
Wow. Wow.
I remember when the community loved when Matt would do the Elden Ring streams. I remember
Elden Ring
good old
streams?
days.
Yeah, they were
That's
good.
fun.
Remember
They were
those
good.
Mondays with Matt? Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Then he said, "Screw you all. Screw you all."
You did.
There was COVID. You know, we had so much time on our hands. You know what I mean?
Man, take me back, please. I wish. The other game I played, other than Arc Raiders, is Ball Pit, as I said, or Ball X Pit. Don't really understand it, if I'm being honest. So,
Okay.
I'm playing it, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't understand the world building aspect part of it. So I
Okay.
just keep skipping that, if I'm being honest with you.
Don't.
And I just kind of keep playing the other part of the game, which is like your, how would you explain it? Peggle meets.
Arkanoid. Yeah.
I've never played Vampire Survivors, so I don't know exactly what that is. But yeah, Temple Run, I guess. like to me, it's just like, I like that part. I'm not very good at it, I will say. I'm definitely doing some things wrong, but I did just have my best run, which was like 9 minutes and something, which for me was like very, very impressive. But yeah, I don't understand the world building part.
So the world building part is basically your upgrade system. So the different buildings that you can buy and upgrade within that area give you.
I haven't got there yet.
give you, but no, but it's the same thing. Like I think you start off with being able to put down like wheat fields and
Yes.
forests and things like that. You use those things that you've get from them to then buy other buildings and upgrades and things like that, which then give you more like base skills to work with. And then you can unlock more abilities. And so like you're saying, you're right now where you're at the beginning where it's like you're not feeling like you're doing very well. That's kind of how the game is built. Like the game is built like for you not to complete every run. It is very much a case of you building up your stats to be able to get to that point.
Gotcha.
It's your
You're
classic
kind of
roguelike.
doing it right in a sense because, like, right now you haven't got any of the buildings that are going to like scale your health skill or strength skill. You don't worry about any of that. All you got to worry about right now in the early game is doing your runs and then eventually getting to a point where you can unlock buildings that will unlock new characters. And then you start like, okay, well, this new character's got a cool starting ball or whatever that unlocks a load of new balls and da-da-da-da-da. And then you'll get further in the runs. And then once you complete your first level of the pit, you'll start unlocking buildings then that increase characters' health. And you'll start automating those wheat fields to harvest themselves. And doing a lot of that stuff. And then it becomes it actually becomes a little bit... like a very complicated Resident Evil inventory system of like positioning buildings in such a way so they slot in together and putting this building next to that building so that you get extra benefits and all this stuff.
My favorite thing to do is build like a specific path. So the way that you do manual like forestry is like you bounce a ball and it bounces around all the buildings in your town. And that gives you the unlocks. So like building your town in a certain way so that the ball will go in a certain direction every time so that you get the maximum like results back from it is it's like one of my favorite little things to do.
And it's very good like similar to Balatro, right? When you were like getting points, like all the noises and the ticks and the visual things are very, very satisfying. Your village becomes that, where it's like, well, if I shoot them in this area, I can just make them bounce around and earn shitloads of money really, really quickly. And it'll be like, all the numbers go up and it's all like ding, 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 ding. It's a slot machine. It's a slot machine.
Yeah.
Great.
I want you to know if you saw me playing this game, see the way I've been shouting at you, you'd be shouting at me.
Yeah.
It's bad. Not good. I'm playing it for you, Despawn. I want you to know.
And I appreciate
I want you to know, I love you, right? Like, I understand. I get passionate sometimes.
I don't know if you do.
Love you.
I do have to check
I do.
sometimes. I didn't think you did.
He doesn't call you what he should be calling you. And that
I know.
A real big problem on this love conversation.
Yeah. If you love me, you call me by my name.
Oh, okay.
This is not the name we're talking about. But moving on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm moving on. Let's get into this week's dashboard before we go play Arc Raiders. Story number 1. GTA 6 dev Rockstar has been accused of union busting in a sudden firing of dozens of staff. I'm going to kick it over to Despawn only because he's our man on the ground reporting on this one for us live from the My Xbox and Me office. But before I do this, ain't there things in place in the UK to stop them being able to fire people just whenever they want?
There should be, yeah.
Over to you, Despawn.
Hello. So yes, just to quickly read through this story. According to Bloomberg, the workers fired this past Thursday were all UK and Canadian employees who were also part of a private trade union chat group on Discord, and were either union members themselves or trying to organize Rockstar itself. The IWGB, which I believe is the something Workers of Great Britain, has issued a press release in response to the firing, claiming that the employees' dismissal was explicitly due to their union activities. The quote is, Rockstar has just carried out the most blatant and ruthless act of union busting in the history of games industry. The flagrant contempt for the law and for the lives of the workers who bring in their billions is an insult to their fans and the global industry. In response to this, publisher Take-Two has issued its own statement saying that they were all fired for gross misconduct and no other reason. The quote is, we strive to make world's best entertainment properties by giving our best-in-class creative teams positive work environments and ongoing career opportunities. Our culture is focused on teamwork, excellence, and kindness. Rockstar Games terminated a small number of individuals for gross misconduct and for no other reason. As always, we fully support Rockstar's ambitions and approach. So basically, reading into this further, it sounds like these employees joined a private chat in Discord to discuss starting a union within Rockstar. Rockstar found out and fired everyone in that Discord, which, like you say, by UK law, is illegal. It is illegal to punish any member. I think I was reading into the UK law. I'm going to paraphrase, but it is basically illegal to punish or terminate somebody's contract based on union activities.
My assumption, and I could be very wrong, and I do think that like the ultimate, like reading this, the ultimate reason, regardless of what I say, it does sound like most likely is that my guess would be that in the conversations in the group chat, there was probably something that is not allowed to be discussed or like whatever breaks some sort of terms of their contract. And that is why the excuse or whatever that they're saying, this is why we're firing them, not the union conversation stuff.
Yeah, the way I read it is very much like that. Maybe they shared something that was private information in a public Discord. Well, I guess private Discord, but still. Yeah, so that was not supposed to be outside of Rockstar's network. And maybe they've just used it as an excuse to fire everyone in there. But yeah, it doesn't look good on paper, and I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Matt?
What is it? I'm sorry for the pregnant pause, everybody, but like, yeah, wild speculation around stuff like this is never helpful to either party.
No.
That's fair.
Smart. I like that, Matt. Me, on the other hand, look, let's be honest. Let's be honest. There's this side, which is the left. There's this side, which is the right. And then somewhere in the middle is the truth. Sure. And I'll tell you what, we are not going to know the truth of any of it. Rockstar are probably going to get away with this. I want everyone to know. This is going to be one of those stories that we're talking about at this moment in time, and we're never going to think about again. I just want everyone to know that is what is going to happen.
Yeah, I think a good point to like also like mention here is that we've had people try and come out and like sort of gain the sympathy of the people and say like this is what happened, and then more information comes out, and it is a case of like, oh, they're just like angling the story in a way that benefits them the most. That is something that happened as well. So I don't, like, who knows really what happened, right? We don't really know at the end of the day exactly what happened. It was hard to like go on Rockstar's wrong for this or Rockstar's right for this or. anything.
Rockstar are probably wrong for this. The problem is we're getting into the territory of it's Rockstar. And the problem is, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think anyone on this podcast is going to sit here and jump off the cliff and say, I'm not playing GTA 6 because of this news.
Oh yeah, no, I'm still playing GTA 6.
Am I allowed to say that?
Exactly. And this is why, and this is why we have to control what we say when we say it sometimes on the podcast, because you shouldn't pick and wait, I'm not done. We shouldn't pick and choose when things are right and wrong. You shouldn't throw stones in glass houses. We don't know the facts of 99% of things, but we make stances on things like they're black and white, and they're not always black and white. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So just to interject into this, so what I will say is the UK government are generally a bit strong on laws like this. So if this does come out that it is it is a union busting law, this will end up in court most likely. And they'll all get paid out.
No,
this is what I'm not saying. It is the staff that are going to go out to court. The UK government and Rockstar would go to court, because if you break union laws, that's the kind of thing that you get taken to court for by the government. You get massive fines and things like that if they've done that. Like I said, and we'll like you said, time will tell. We'll find out. But I'm saying, like, if it is like it's reading on paper, then we will soon find out, because the government will step into these kind of conversations.
I think to fix his point, regardless of even if they go to court or anything, I don't think anybody's gonna not buy the next GTA over.
Oh no, for
the most part.
But
if I can use that as an excuse to not get the next GTA.
No, sorry, yeah. I mean,
no,
you can if you want.
Cannot.
You use whatever you want.
Fresh, stop it. We're getting good at GTA 6, I told you.
Okay.
You think Arc Raiders is something? Bro, I'm going to have 24 hours in one day when it comes to GTA 6. We got to learn to drive. We got to learn to shoot. We got to learn to hack. We got to learn to We got to learn to roleplay. We got to do it all, Crash.
Roleplay's not going to be out day one.
Exactly, so that's how we get professional. We start role-playing in our single-player mode. You embody the character, and then you're going to be able to make the best character arc ever. Matt P, are you in?
No.
Yeah, good answer, Matt. I wish I could give that answer, Matt.
You don't get to, Crash, sorry. Next story. Xbox console exclusive Stalker 2 is set to leave Game Pass in November. And some subscribers do not like that one bit. Stalker 2 is leaving Game Pass. What is the exact date? November 16th, along with Football Manager 2024 console, Football Manager 2024 PC, Frostpunk, Blacksmith Master, and Spirity? I think that's
Spirity,
yeah. How are we feeling about this one, boys? Go on, Matt.
Why are IGN just throwing this, and some people aren't happy about it, and it's just a Reddit guy being like, fuck Microsoft. What? How is that making it into the headline? Whatever. Fine. In
IGN's defense, it did get 549 upvotes and 259 comments. Pretty big.
Ooh.
Very big.
How many of those comments are saying, shut up?
No, it's fine. I think the point they make is relative. I'll read them out. Right, we're putting them in the headline now. Here we go. So Microsoft back GSC, which is the development studio, through all the delays and even the invasion of Ukraine. So why is it so surprising that they weren't able to get a better deal and secure the game for longer? Is what I'm assuming they're saying. But yeah, whatever. It's a 12-month deal. Whatever.
Yeah. They got marketing and 12-month exclusivity.
If you didn't play Stalker 2 in the first 12 months of it being on Game Pass, you were never going to play Stalker 2.
I think the defense for some of the people who have been playing it through Game Pass is that the game was a bit buggy, and this is also before their big update that fixes a lot of the issues the game had as well.
That's interesting. That's an interesting perspective. I do like that.
I don't know. I do I also think for the way this game was positioned, it was positioned as big Xbox exclusive, whatever, when it was first revealed. I do think it leaving a year later feels a little weird on paper. I don't think it's realistically like that big of a deal personally. But I could see people, because there were a lot of Xbox people who were very hyped for Stalker 2, so I could see it leaving before it's fully fixed, and only a year later bothering them possibly.
One of the comments here literally is, it's a shame because they only really just got into a playable state. Microsoft have got really crappy recently. I don't think it's Microsoft's fault that the game was broken at launch. And they signed a 12-month deal thinking the game was going to be in a working state. Now, it's interesting that obviously the game is now launching on PlayStation. And I can understand why Xbox players may be sitting there thinking, did we just beta test?
Yeah.
Sure.
With our subscription service? Did we just beta test this game for them? And it's not for them being PlayStation, but like for the developers and stuff. Again, we obviously know what's happening in Ukraine and all of the issues this game went through in development, but I can understand Xbox players' disgruntlement. But I don't think it's Microsoft's fault.
No, not at all.
No. I mean, they didn't publicize the deal of it being a 12-month. That's fine. You don't publicize your contracts usually. And yeah, like 12 months, like you say, if you are a Game Pass user and you've not tried it in 12 months, as far as I'm aware, the updates to fix it have been out for a few months now anyway.
Have they been?
Yeah, so like if you wanted to go back and try it updated, then you had your chance. It's not like it's a, it's not like an MMO or a constant live service game. You go in, it's a linear story, you start to end, you finish it, right? Like,
I will say the track record for Game Pass, if you're really into a game, is if it's going to be getting a DLC soon or it's going to be releasing on a new platform, expect it to leave Game Pass services, because that's exactly what happened with Lies of P now. That seems to be the track record. They're going to have a big re-release or whatever. Expect it to leave the services then.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if it doesn't come back to Game Pass at some point. Like, I could see them signing up. Like, not now. Like, they'll do the whole thing of, like, it'll go to PlayStation. We've got DLC. If you want to play that DLC, you have to buy the game. But for those that want to wait 6 months down the line when it comes back, we've seen games come back in and out before. Like, you've got a backlog. Look at your backlog. Work on that.
Now play Arc Raiders. That's what we'll be doing soon. Story number 3. Remedy CEO has stepped down following FBC Firebreak sales flop. Long story short with this one, the CEO of Remedy has stepped aside because of the flop of what FBC Firebreak was. In its quarterly earnings report today, Remedy revealed that it recognized a 14.9 million euros, that would be $17.4 million, impairment charge representing most of the development costs, as well as publishing, and distribution rights for FBC Firebreak. In comments by Mackie,
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Shared with investors, he stated that while Remedy would continue working on features which enhance the player's value and would keep true to its shared roadmap for Firebreak, the studio has moved development resources elsewhere going forward. Mackie also attempted to reassure investors that Firebreak was not a total loss. Quote, We have also found positive sides from FBC Firebreak, he said. Our first multiplayer product launched was technically successful in a cross-platform environment, and our publishing team has built capabilities which supports the release of our future self-published titles. I mean, anybody surprised by this noise? No. Like, no, maybe I'm surprised by the CEO leaving because of such a flop, but this game was always going to do bad. I don't know why we ever thought this was going to do well. Control wasn't a strong enough IP to build a multiplayer game off of. Alan Wake isn't a strong enough IP to build a multiplayer game off of, and that's the stronger IP of the two, even though they're all connected worlds and whatever.
I was going to say.
Like, it just isn't. I'm a Remedy fan. I would consider myself a Remedy fan, right? Like, I love Remedy games. I have not played Control.
You should. It's great.
So, no,
This-
sure, I understand that, but I'm saying, but there's clearly signs that, like, Remedy are not a multiplayer studio. Why did they try this?
This feels like the old days where every game tried to shoehorn multiplayer, only this game didn't try shoehorning multiplayer into a game. It decided to make the game itself around that, and I think that's probably an even worse decision realistically. Yeah, I mean, this is unsurprising. I feel like there wasn't a lot of hype for this other than when it was announced and Alan Wake 2 was like at its peak. People were like, oh, they're making a co-op game. And then as soon as Alan Wake's like the interest of like Alan Wake passed and you have some time away from it, I feel like the interest for this just took a dive.
Yeah, I'd also think the game itself let itself down. Like, there was not a lot of replayability in it. They tried to create its own self-contained loop that just did not work. And while the gameplay itself was okay, like, there was no reason to go back to it after like 3 or 4 runs. And yeah, I just, like I say, I think I'm a bigger like Remedyverse fan than you are, Fix, and I think even I was like,
100%.
I was like, I have no interest in this. As somebody who wants to get the lore from everywhere.
That's not true. I don't want to call you out, but you definitely had interest in this.
All right, yeah, no, you're right. At the time,
you did say at the time.
I was interested in a lore standpoint, like see what they're going to do with that world, but they didn't really do anything interesting with it. And yeah, there was, like I said, no reason to go back to it.
Do you think that it would have worked better if they had like some narrative tying everything together?
Nope.
No, because again, you've still got the gameplay loop that just didn't hit.
When you think of Remedy, you think of a single player, rich in story game. You do not think of a 3-4 player multiplayer shooter.
This
Like,
wasn't free also, right? You had to buy it.
It was on
It's
Game
paid.
Pass and PS Plus as well, but like, yeah, it was a paid one as well.
Bro, they could have gave it to me for free. I still weren't playing it. Like, I'm not even trying to be that negative and mean, but this isn't what I want from Remedy, especially after coming off the back of Alan Wake 2 and Alan Wake 2's DLCs. Like, they had all of the cachet. I remember there was a point in time where you used to say Remedy don't put out bad games. And then obviously they did and not being funny, they did the multiplayer for Crossfire X, which failed. Then they've done this again that's multiplayer. They did the single player.
Yeah, they did the single player story.
You're right. They did the single player that failed. Then they've done this that has failed. It just isn't. Stick to what I don't understand why game developers and publishers. This isn't even the developers. I guarantee it's the publishers. Like, why the publishers, investors force them to do things like this. And they're like, oh, it's guaranteed going to work. No, it isn't. Like, how can me being the dum-dum on this weekly Xbox podcast know full well that a Remedy multiplayer game was not going to do well? And it definitely weren't going to make 14 million back on it.
Well, it underperformed. They were unsatisfied. Did it lose?
No, it sounds like they
money?
made their
They're
money
saying
back.
it didn't.
But that's probably including like the PlayStation and the Game Pass deal and all.
But at that point, like I understand that is not a financial success, but like you've done the best you could with it. Like it almost definitely got to a point where somebody said, either we cancel this game now or we try and recoup our costs and whatever extra costs it'll take to get out the door. And that was the call that was made. Like, let's try and recoup the costs. You know, we saw The Last of Us cancel their freaking multiplayer standalone game. Would that have been a better situation to cancel the Firebreak game?
Yes.
They could get a tax write-off on it.
Sure. I don't know.
Otherwise, they technically made their money back. Like, I think it's also, this 100% could have been a passion project for some people on the team where they're like, I want to make a multiplayer game. And this is what they came up with. And maybe they're not the best multiplayer game designers, whatever, which seems to be the case. But like, if that's the case, I don't fault them. Like, your team wanted to make a multiplayer game. You went out, you made a multiplayer game. It wasn't great. Unfortunate. I think the unfortunate thing here really is the CEO seemingly having to leave. It feels like that's the
For
board
sure,
didn't
it
like.
feels harsh to me. Like it's like you've had a great few years. You've got this great franchise. You experimented with it, and it didn't work. But it didn't break the company.
The problem is, I think, like, we all know, like, we all look at Remedy as like this AAA studio that make brilliant games, but they have been like on a knife edge for a while. They've had to make publishing deals with everyone left, right, and center just to keep afloat. And it's like this was their first self-published game, and it's now set them, in essence, maybe set them back a little bit.
Well, I mean, it depends whether or not you believe the statement, right? Mm-hmm. But they're saying, actually, the silver lining of this was that we self-published a game and now we know what to do when we're self-publishing a game.
Yeah.
I don't think that this has any bearing on how Control 2 does or Alan Wake 3 does. No. Or the potential money that there is to be made there. Now, Alan Wake 2, I don't think was like a wildly successful financial, incredible thing for them, right? Because it's niche. But like, you know... It would be a sad day if Remedy went away. So,
yeah, just on a purely creative standpoint, I think, I'd be so sad to see him go.
It sold over 2 million copies, Alan Wake 2. I don't know what that...
It's hard to know,
I was going to say, like...
what is the production cost on Alan Wake 2? I have no idea.
Good question. I don't have the answers. I'm trying to figure that out. Total about $75 million US.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at a Reddit post here, and it says that Alan Wake 2 exceeded 2 million and has now started to accrue royalties. So at that point, it started making its profits, and that's as of February this year.
So yeah,
not good.
Well. Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. I kind of agree. It's just, is it not good, or is it just the margins are so much thinner at that level of developer, right? Like it's not like we look at Escape from Duckov and that sold 2 million, and we're all like, yeah,
for sure,
did an amazing job. And then like Alan Wake, which is obviously a much bigger budget, you'd imagine 75 million. You're like, oh. Didn't do enough, and it still made a profit. That's the hard part for me, right? It was like it all comes down to how long it takes to make a profit, which is where the issues lie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Very, very interesting. Matt, time for Guess That Game, my friend.
How exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, Guess That Game is back for yet another week. I have picked a game, and the boys have 1 minute and 30 seconds, I need to get my timer up, to ask me yes or no questions in order to guess that game correctly. Do we even bother reading out the points and the standings?
We always do, Matt. We always do. Crush is currently sitting on top with a nice lead, actually, with 26 points. Matt, you are currently sitting at 4 points. I am currently sitting at 23 points, and Despawn is currently sitting at 22 points. And do not forget, guest host Ryan McCaffrey could be on at any time. You just never know. Has 1 point.
Unbelievable.
He's coming for you, Matt.
He's coming.
Could be. And that's the real race that people want to see, right? The race for the bottom, 5th and 4th place.
You versus Ryan McCaffrey.
Absolutely. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Give us an order.
Let's go Despawn. Let's go Fixer. Let's go Crash. Despawn, Fixer, Crash. That's the order.
Let's do it.
So, hold on. I'm giving you 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
OG Xbox release?
No.
Xbox One.
It came out simultaneously on the Xbox One and Series X.
Do you think I would have played it?
Ooh, great question. I'm going to say yes, but that is a...
Was it exclusive to Xbox?
No.
Is it a role-playing game?
Yeah.
It's Crash. Sorry.
Is it an EA game?
No.
Is it an indie studio?
Yes.
Is it a big indie studio that we wouldn't think was an indie studio?
No.
Pass.
Is it a 2D game?
No.
Is it on Game Pass?
It was last time I checked.
Okay.
Is it a God sim game where you sort of control other people?
No.
Is it an RPG?
I already said that.
Yeah, you did already say that. I
Oh,
said
my
yeah.
apologies. We'll skip them.
Oh my god. Do you create a character?
Yeah.
Is it first person?
No.
Is
That's time,
it...
ladies and gents. We'll go one more round the houses.
Okay.
You ain't close.
Is it a fantasy setting?
Yes.
He said.
Is
Pixar, we're on you.
it?
Mm.
Have I played it?
I'd say
Yeah.
no.
That's
I'd
a
say no.
Okay. I'm not gonna get this then. I don't even know where it is.
Is it an MMO?
No.
Oh.
Hmm.
You said it's an indie, right?
Yeah.
I think you specifically
You
said,
got-
you said, is it an indie game? Is it an indie studio we would think of as an indie? He said yes. So.
No, I thought you said no to that.
I wonder if it's got. I've got one in my head.
All right.
I've got one in my head.
No. Shall I
It has a
tell
big
you, right?
publisher, doesn't it?
No. Not a big publisher.
Thanks for the question. Extra question.
Under developers,
Mhm.
there are 2 developers listed. The second one I
Sure.
had not heard of, but it does say developer brackets Xbox. Like it's a
Support studios?
subsidiary of Xbox that
It
you've
was-
probably never heard of that helped develop. Or
It's probably like an idea Xbox game or something.
Maybe.
Would be my
Probably.
guess.
I feel like I've given you a lot there,
Yeah.
A lot, but
So,
that's
not
yeah, it doesn't help.
exclusive.
but not enough.
Xbox One or Xbox Series game. The indie game.
Yep.
It was on Game Pass last Matt checked, but doesn't mean
Pretty
that
sure
it
it's
launched
still there.
on
Pretty sure
Yes,
it's
but
still there. Let me check.
on Game Pass. You create a
Mhm.
character and it is a fantasy game.
Mhm.
Not first person.
Ooh.
Did we get like point like
I said
POV.
it's not a 2D game, but we didn't get like POV.
it's probably third person. Create a
Third person.
character fantasy game. Indie game.
Ooh, I removed from Game Pass over a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't
That's
help
good.
us.
None of the ones I was thinking of then.
I've got a guess.
Who wants to go first?
He said
Me.
not MMO.
Maybe we should-
Go on.
Oh, go on.
Biomutant.
Not Biomutant, but
Good guess.
well, not
don't know, yeah.
Biomutant, but
Also,
not a
this-
bad guess at all.
Yeah, that did have a create a character, right? You created your cat. thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. Create a
yeah.
character at the start.
Yeah, I know it's not, but my mind keeps going to Baldur's Gate, but I know it's not Baldur's Gate because that was
Baldur's
not a
Gate.
cross-gen game.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I've got
looking
my
for
mind's
you,
like
Crash.
locked on it, so no, I don't know.
I have absolutely like the indie studio thing is absolutely killing me where I can't
Mhm.
think of anything. My mind's
Same.
going Final Fantasy 14. I know it's not Final Fantasy 14, so
That would be a weird pick for me to pick.
yeah, I know.
looking
I
for-
know.
We were looking for Valheim. Remember
we should
Valheim?
have
I didn't- I was going-
It's him
I
as
was-
well. It's
I
literally
did play. I
Matt.
played a lot of Valheim.
I was thinking.
and I have
I was
played it as
thinking.
well.
I thought Survivor Games 2, and I was like, it can't be Ark, 'cause Ark's not sci-fi. And I was thinking, not Valheim. What's it begins with an E that you played recently? I think Despawn or within the last year or something like that. I was like, there's no other fancy games. I completely skipped on Valheim. I was like, I don't know what it could be.
Did you say you have played it, Fix, or you haven't?
Yeah, I played it.
I feel
Oh,
like
really?
we might have
Okay.
played that together at one point.
I think we might have.
Have
I
you
love
played it,
Valheim
Crash?
at
Yeah.
the time.
I played it once.
Okay, so I got 1 out of 2. I'll take that.
Yeah, I don't hear
Not
that.
Not
I'd
bad.
say it. I think Matt just got a point.
Yep.
So,
you got a
He
point.
did.
Here's the
Congratulations,
fun, here's
Matt.
the fun trivia for you then.
Okay.
According to the Wikipedia page, there are 2 developers listed. One of them is Iron Gate Studios. The other one I've never heard of, but is followed by brackets Xbox. Can you tell me the name of that studio?
Oh, no fucking chance.
No.
No, pass.
It can't be. Like, no, because I think it's the publisher.
Just
but I'll
say
say
it.
it anyway. Coffee Talk.
Not Coffee Talk.
Yeah.
But it's published by Coffee Stain Publishing.
Coffee Stain, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're looking for. That's the publisher.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I thought it was definitely in there somewhere.
I had no clue, no guess. I got absolutely nothing.
Fish Labs,
Never heard of it.
a development studio that is a subsidiary of Xbox.
Are we sure there's still a subsidiary of Xbox?
That's a great question. Don't know.
Wikipedia is wrong sometimes, but that's not Matt's fault. That's not Matt's fault.
We always say go by the wiki.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, this should be the fix is sacked, boys. Remember, you can email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com, or you can ask us questions in the comments of this week's video, or hit us up in the Discord where all the great people hang out. Only a couple of questions this week. One from Origin Quickie Man who says, Fortnite with the boys.
This is based off they announced the Simpsons, whatever.
Yeah. I really want to go back. So I'm in.
So I said this in your chat. Am I going to install Fortnite to play 3 games and then go back to Ark Raiders?
Yes.
Probably not.
What you're forgetting, Despawn, is the increase in Game Pass subscription money actually means that you're a Fortnite subscriber, Fortnite
crew member,
Vcoin buddy, whatever that's called. So you could probably buy the Marge Simpson skin right off the bat.
Maybe, but I won't.
I'm down, Fix.
Thank you. All I needed was one. Crash a play, if I ask him.
That's funny. That's funny.
Chris?
I hate you so much because you know that if you asked me to, I would download it and play.
I know you would. That's what a good friend does. So, Crash?
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Yeah, sure.
Thank
I don't even care about
you.
The Simpsons. Sure, I guess. Yeah, whatever.
I don't think it's the fact that I care about The Simpsons. The fact that we can run around as I can run around as Jill from Resident Evil in The Simpsons world. Like, to me, that's like crazy. Like in Springfield, that's like gonna be nuts. So yeah, I'm down to go back 100%. Maybe we do it during the 24-hour stream. It's an easy game we can all play.
100%.
Not Despawn. Despawn already said no.
Despawn's
So
in there.
he's-
Despawn's in there. Look at him. He's in there.
I'm washing my baby. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Next question, and our last one this week comes from Stead and says, if Xbox seemed to think that TikTok except rather than
I'm guessing rather than PlayStation.
I'm assuming it's like
rather than PlayStation is their competition, do you think it would make more sense to make more smaller games, kind of like the old arcade games you can play for 5 minutes or 5 hours, like say Outrun or Crazy Taxi, rather than longer games like Fable that takes longer to make? I think it's a terrible question, I have to say.
It's an interesting one, right? I think like people often forget that as part of the Activision deal, Xbox got King. And so they kind of are doing that, right? Like they are seriously competing with the mobile gaming attention, I guess you would say, or mobile attention in general. Because when you unlock your iPhone, are you going to a King game or are you going to TikTok? So I don't necessarily think of like cloud gaming in that space necessarily. Okay.
Yeah, I think a really important like conversation piece for like this is based off of the Satya Nadella quote or the interview he did. I think it's very important that during that whole interview he never refers to Xbox as Xbox. So like there is a difference in what I would say the way he views everything and what we view as Xbox going forward. Them is not Xbox. It is probably just Microsoft, an extension of Microsoft. And so their competition with TikTok is probably more than just the games. It's also just eyes and having people on your platform and stuff like that. Which TikTok and stuff like that is notoriously good at, getting people to doom scroll and stuff like that. Like that quote to me is more, it's outside of gaming, because if you're talking about just gaming, TikTok's not really competing with games in that regard. Like, there is no one-to-one.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Matt Boot has also come out and said a similar thing in the past, of that saying that these kind of like PlayStation and things like that are their direct competitors. But I think it's more it's screen time rather than anything else. I think they're looking at it as like they're competing with people who are, because the idea of Xbox is anything's an Xbox, any screen is an Xbox. So they want people to spending their screen time on Xbox rather than spending it on Instagram or TikTok or anywhere else. So I think, yeah, I do believe that they are still looking at it in that. I think there are probably wider views as well, but I think they are still looking at TikTok as a competitor in that sense. In regards to Stead's question about whether they should focus on making smaller games, no, I think they should definitely introduce smaller games. Like, and we've seen it with things like the most recent being Keeper, have been like a 2 to 3 hour game that you can play in small chapter chunks. Those kind of games have a place in that kind of environment, but I think they've still got a market elsewhere with the bigger titles and the tentpole titles as well. I think they are like, we all say that Microsoft or Xbox specifically might be in a bad state sometimes, but like Microsoft as a company are in a good position to put the power behind being everywhere. So they could put the power in making smaller games, but I don't think they should do that at the expense of the bigger titles.
When Stead says smaller games, I don't even think he's talking about Keeper. I think it's more so a reference to games that are replayable, like Ball Pit, stuff like that get people to go back in, do a run and stuff like that. And the answer, like, I think the answer is kind of a yes and no. I think even if it's similar to like how Sony is with when they were trying to do the games as a service, is like, if you want to go into a game directory, you have to have people that know what they're doing and want to understand that space, because you can't just have somebody make those smaller experiences and like, hey, we're doing exactly what Ball Pit or Balatro did, going to be success. Like, it doesn't work. Like, you have to have the full pack.
I think it's a missed opportunity. Sorry, go on, folks.
No, please. I
think like we've kind of danced around it and talked about it a few times, but like I think there's definitely room for a Game Pass arcade, and there be a new challenge every month or every week that is like, hey, just jump into this Geometry Wars from back in the day. Remember Geometry Wars? Like, let's focus on our history, get a high score, have everybody in Game Pass competing on a leaderboard.
I don't think people would interact with it.
1 versus 100. Be in there.
Yeah, that's different. You've just confused 10 different things there. The problem is, Matt, Xbox already have muddy marketing. We cannot introduce another service that then puts Game Pass up to $40.
I know they would charge more for it, but they shouldn't. Yes, okay.
Like, they can't. But I agree with you in terms of like the social stuff. Like, very easy, like the way the Xbox app is built now, right? Like, you could easily have a we always go back to 1 versus 100, but it doesn't have to be that. Just Doritos Crash Course, you know, whatever thing you want to put in there. I do agree, like more of these socially type games. You're seeing these publishers go out there for them, right? Like the social type games like Repo and things like that. Now imagine like a mobile version of that, which is like not the friends talking, but just like a more social game. I like that.
I don't think it works.
No,
I think if you look back at like 1 versus 100 and Dorito, whatever it was called, the reason those worked, Crash Course, the reasons those worked was because people went on their Xbox and it was on the front page of the arcade. Gaming is so dispersed now, and I do think that like what Xbox is doing with the ROG is definitely like a direction in like unifying it to a degree. But I don't think having something like that, like there isn't the same experience of people going home and opening their arcade and seeing the same game. Like, that just isn't a repeatable experience for a lot of people, especially because a lot of these marketplaces are also trying to aim the content that you do see at you buying stuff, and not like, hey, everybody go and do this new thing. I think it also works a little bit counterintuitive.
I totally get what you're saying, but that's why I think you don't have Xbox do the shouting about the thing. You have the community do it. And I think as soon as you introduce a competitive element to it, where there's like a leaderboard that's running for that month, I think that does help.
I don't think the community is going to get into it is the problem.
I remember when Geometry Wars came out back in the day, and like YouTubers were like had their own leaderboard and were like challenging each other and shit.
That's back in the day when everybody went and did the same. I think there's so many, like, if for something like that would be competing with Arc Raiders right now. Like, what you're talking about is like, it's competing with like the headspace that Arc Raiders takes place. It's competing with the headspace of like, what is the biggest talking point in gaming? It's not just competing with what is on the console right now. Not just competing with what's on the arcade system right now. I think it's a much more difficult sell.
Going back to that original question, right, where it was like we're competing with TikTok, you know, these smaller games. That is what Wordle was, and still is to a certain extent. Like it was this thing that you go to every day to compete and know that you're having the same experience as everybody else.
Sure,
I think that's powerful.
One Wordle came out during COVID era, if I'm not mistaken.
100%.
Or like it got big during COVID era. And then two, you know what happened with Wordle? I think the Washington Post bought Wordle or something like that.
Yes.
Somebody bought Wordle, and it went super downhill after that.
Of course.
It's like I think viewing like something like that has to be an organic creation. It's not something that I think. Sure, maybe Microsoft should try doing it. I don't think Microsoft ever competes in that regard because I don't think Microsoft's capable of like, creating an authentic experience.
I agree with that. I don't think Microsoft are, cool enough to make that feel authentic and cool. And I think that people want to do. I agree with that.
Fair enough. Let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. Thank you for the questions, everybody. Crash, what do you have to plug this week, my friend?
I'm going to plug two things. One, you plugged it earlier on, podcast reviews. You know what we don't have over here in the US? Podcast reviews. My fellow Americans have let me down yet again.
But you do have do you not have a new guy in New York?
Oh, it's not official yet, right? It's not. I mean,
today's the last day.
Yet?
Yeah, today's the last election.
He's won it. He's won it. He's absolutely.
He hasn't won yet. I only see him. He seems really cool. I like him.
Oh yeah, I would be shocked if anyone won run other than Thoron.
Well,
Mondani.
I mean, yeah, Como. He's up against Como, right? And Como's Trump's boy, and so
is that the? I saw an
I do
interview.
wonder how much of a bubble we're in. You know, like I agree. I've only seen Mondani, but
what I've seen is like both sides, like even the side that doesn't like him is also like he's the better candidate just because of what he's very. The way he answers stuff, like this is a little outside of the gaming podcast, but he answers stuff very in like a relative to New York place as opposed to like larger stuff, which a lot of people generally tend to like, and a lot of the people who are not the same political alignment are still like he's keeping it on point where these other people are like trying to.
It's a stepping stone, as it were.
Yeah.
Either way, congrats. You've got someone new. I don't know if it's good or bad, mate, but congrats.
We'll see.
I'm waiting till we get someone new.
Side, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to my new people. Hashtag go out and vote.
I don't know if you will, Fix. The next new guy might be rough.
Yeah.
Farage? Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's not politics it. Come on now.
Yeah, this isn't my politics.
The other thing I wanted to plug that is not politics related whatsoever.
Oh, okay, go on.
The award show, I'm going to be pushing through some topics and stuff like that, and I'm going to really like start hammering some of that stuff on the Discord. So if you guys are over there, it'll be at some point after this podcast comes out. There'll be or probably by the time this podcast comes out, there will be a slew of new topics and really pushing for what the final list will look out before like the final list of voting goes through.
Are we agreed on how many?
We haven't. So we can. I was going to base it off like how many people are voting on stuff.
I meant more.
Have you decided?
You sorted out how many?
I'm thinking 4 to 5 for every category. Okay. Maybe a little bit more for like game of the year or something that like has. I'm not super set in stone, like because if something's a really popular year, I don't want to cut off game because we only want to have 4 categories or something like that. But we'll see how the year turns out. If this is successful, next year will go a lot better because the planning for it will start from the beginning of the year and it'll feel more natural, hopefully. Yeah,
love it. Cool.
Tim Bayo.
Yep. Yeah. You guys are our beta testers.
Yeah, be on PlayStation next year.
Yeah.
Desmond, what have you got to plug this week?
I mean, we talked about it long enough. It's finally happening. I'm going to plug the fact that we are finally doing our 24-hour stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we announced it in the Discord. I think it's been posted on socials as well. Thanks to the new social lead for all the work that they're doing.
Oh, it might have. I don't know. Yeah, the new social lead's doing a great job. Great job.
But yeah, no, we are doing it. It is happening on the day that we agreed, which was the 28th of November. There you go. 28th of November.
Thanksgiving.
24 hours of these 4 knuckleheads here doing all of the stuff. Maybe the first episode of something that we've talked about in the past. Who knows? Maybe not. We'll see if they finish the edit.
Don't say that out loud.
It's out loud. It's out now. Gotta happen.
Say everything out loud. Like put
Everything.
Matt on the spot for everything he's promised.
But yeah,
Yikes.
24-hour stream, 28th of November. Come hang out with us, playing games, giveaways. I've got like a spreadsheet full of game codes. You can have them all.
Oh, okay. He said giveaways. I shit myself. I didn't prepare for that.
Fix is going to be giving away his
It's
ROG
the Steam
Ally.
Deck. You said you were going to give
I
that away,
definitely
right?
am.
He's
No,
giving away the Steam Deck.
No.
That second desk
Nothing.
setup is yours if you
That's,
drop 400 gifted
that's the
subs.
promotion for the live stream. Everything in
happening.
this background
Yeah.
is a giveaway product.
It's basically garage sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, free to the highest sub.
You have some Resident Evil stuff back there, right, Fix? Those are going first.
Nope. You're not taking Chris, and you're not taking any of my Resident Evil stuff, and you're definitely not taking Mario. So screw you all. No. No. Matt, what are you going to plug this week?
I'll go for a real one. The Golden Joystick Awards are happening on November 20th, and you can right now. All the voting is closed except for Ultimate Game of the Year. So if you want to vote for the Ultimate Game of the Year, any platform, any place, I think there's like 22 games in that list or something for people to vote for. Then you should go do it. And see who wins. Tune in on the 20th of November. We have the one and only Maggie Robertson, Lady Demetresque from Resident Evil Village hosting the show. A whole bunch of cool surprises and things that we're working on as well. So check it out. Golden Joysticks Awards.
Should we announce me now or what?
Surprise. Why are you ruining the surprise, Fix?
Sorry, I was saying.
I can get you in, Fix. It will cost you one Xbox ROG Ally.
Jesus, that's an expensive ticket.
Oh, that would actually be a discount on the tickets. But hey ho.
Wait, how much a ticket is?
Not a public event. It's not a public event.
What have I got to plug? I don't know.
12
I'm
hours
playing
of
a lot
Arc
of Arc
Raiders a day?
Raiders right now. I was gonna say I'm playing a lot of Arc Raiders right now. Twitch.tv/MCFixer, YouTube.com/MCFixer, other places you can find me. I'll be live. I'm promoting them. Go check me out over there. All right. Appreciate you all. Until next time. Did everyone get to plug? These one you plugged? Yeah, you did plug.
Yeah.
Everyone plugged. Until next time. Love you, leave you. See you later. Enjoy the show. Goodbye.